basketball scores for December 15th from yesterday. The Bulls somehow managed to pull out a win against San Antonio yesterday, and it was their 7th win of the year. Fucking pitiful. Yep. The final score was 98-93. Chris Dunn led the way with 24 points for the Bulls. And Chris Dunn and Lauri Markkanen were the only two players in the Bulls to score 20-plus points. Dunn, like I said, scored 24, while Markkanen finished with 23. Chandler Hutchinson and Shaquille Harrison for the Bulls did not score anything at all. And Jabari Parker did not play, and there's rumors going around that Jabari Parker and the Bulls are having a falling out. I don't know if that's true or not. Hopefully it's not true. LaMarcus Aldridge for the Spurs scored 29 points. And DeMar DeRozan had 21, while Marco Bellinelli, fucking traitor, scored 17 points. Cunningham, Forbes, and White, all for San Antonio, did not score at all. The Orlando Magic yesterday beat Utah Jazz 96-89, and Evan Fournier in that game scored 24, I think, to lead the way. And then Donovan Mitchell had 20-something points for Utah. Let's see here for a second. I fucking hate this damn thing. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell for Utah Jazz scored 24, while Derek Favors scored 21. Thabo Sefolosha, fucking traitor, didn't score any points. For Orlando Magic, you had Evan Fournier scored 24, Augustine had 11, and Nikola Vucevic had 15, and Terrence Ross had 19. Gerald Martin and Jonathan Isaac didn't score anything at all. Jaren Grant, another traitor, scored only 2 points. Queen James and her Lakers beat the Hornets 128-100. The Detroit Pistons beat the Boston Celtics 113-104. Blake Griffin scored 27 points to lead Detroit. And Andre Drummond was right behind him with 19. Reggie Jackson with 12, Bullock with 15, and Luke Kennard scored 10. And Langston Galloway, I think is the guy's name, scored 14 for them. Those are all the players that had those points for Detroit. Now for Boston, you had Kyrie Irving scored 26. Marcus Smart got the start yesterday, scored 21. Aaron Baines scored 10. And Jason Tatum scored 17. And Morris only finished with 9 points. The two lower scorers were Jaylen Brown with 2 and Williams with 2. The Houston Rockets pulled out a win against the Grizzlies. Memphis Grizzlies 105-97. James Harden had 32 points in that game, and he had 50 points a few days ago, so that's not too bad. It says Harden scored 32, and right behind him would have been Clint Capella at 26. Gerald Green scored 17 points off the bench. Nene Hilario scored 2. Brandon Knight and Donald Halls did not score at all. P.J. Tucker scored 14 points. Chris Paul did not have one of the best games. He finished with 10, and Eric Gordon finished with 4. Now for Memphis Grizzlies, Mike Conley was the leading scorer in that aspect of that team with 22 points. Gasol scored 17. Marc Gasol scored 17. That was about it there in that one. The last two ones would be the Clippers and Thunder. Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Clippers yesterday 110-104. Paul George for the Oklahoma City Thunder scored 33 to be the leading scorer. Right behind him would have been Grant with 18 and Adams with 16, and then Westbrook had 13. For the Clippers, you had Danilo Gallinari with 28, Tobias Harris with 22, and Montrezl Harrell with 21. The lowest scores on that team were Teodosic with 2 and Thornwell with 2. The last one would have been the would have been Minnesota Timberwolves against the Suns, and actually the Suns, who also have the second worst record other than the Bulls, were able to pull out a win against the Timberwolves. Okay, here. And it says Phoenix beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the final score was 107-99. Taj Gibson did not play in the game for whatever reason. I think it was personal reasons. I'm not sure what those personal reasons were. Um, Devin Booker actually came back the other day. Came back yesterday. He was out for a while, but he scored 28 points yesterday, so he wasn't rusty at all. T.J. Warren scored 21 points, and Ayton scored 18. Bridges scored 12, and Melton scored 9. Jawan Evans did not score anything yesterday in that game. Now for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Karl-Anthony Towns scored 28, and he's the one that scored the most on the team. Derrick Rose was right behind him at 25 points. Anthony Tolliver and Gorgui Dieng did not score anything at all. And that's about it, yeah.